Alright, so today we are checking out the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I'm Shinobi, and yeah, it's been a long time since I've used a phone which has an AMOLED display, a headphone jack, a dedicated microSD card slot, and stereo speakers all in one device. And this time it's the Redmi Note 10 Pro indeed, Xiaomi's budget king for 2021 as per me. I've been using it for more than a week now, and yeah, here are my initial thoughts on it. So if you're interested in this particular topic, then make sure to stick till the end. With that said, let's hit that intro. Alright, so the first time I held this phone in my hand, I thought that yes, this is a very lightweight phone indeed. It feels great in hand. It's a bit narrow, so the grip is really firm and you can use it easily with one hand. It is a tall phone. It has a 6.67 inch display, but yeah, it is really light and easily grippable. The second thing is that the back is really nice. So it has a glass back and has a frosted finish. So the frosted back is present on two colors, that is the glacial blue, which I have, and the bronze color. But in the black there is a mirror finish. Alright, so yeah, the frosted back feels really great. It is buttery smooth, and the glacier blue color looks really elegant. It is a light shade of blue with a little tint of yellow. Alright, so there is an case in the box itself. Okay, and yeah, the case turned yellow in some parts after a few days of usage. So yeah, it's good for initial usage, but make sure to get a good case as soon as you can. Now the build overall is really great. You have plastic rails, glass back, and the rest of the body is really sturdy. So as per the ports, so you have a USB Type-C port. There is a triple slot which can hold 2 SIMs and a dedicated microSD card slot. And yeah, you have stereo speakers, one at the bottom and one at the top. And these speakers sound amazing. And yeah, they give you really good output. The sound is very clear, the audio is very clear. Okay, and yeah, it does lack a little bit of bass, but overall audio is really great. You'll really enjoy listening to music or watching videos on this particular device with the stereo speakers. There is a 6.67 inch AMOLED display on this particular phone, which is clocked at 120Hz. Yeah, it's a 120Hz AMOLED display for 16,000 rupees, which is amazing. And this display is honestly great. Yeah, there are some issues, there is a little bit of black crush in dark mode apps, and yeah, there is a inherent flickering issue when you're playing something in the picture-in-picture mode, or you're playing any video in Chrome. So there is a flickering issue. But apart from this, the overall display quality is great. You won't face any issues in day-to-day usage. Okay, it has punchy colors, the blacks are deep, and everything looks crisp on this particular display. It is also HDR certified, so you can watch HDR videos on YouTube. And it also has the Widevine L1 certification, but unfortunately you cannot play HDR videos on Netflix. Also, there is a headphone jack in this particular device, which is a great addition, to be honest. And I'm using a headphone jack on a phone after a very long time. And yeah, this headphone jack also has high-res support, so you can use high-end headphones. Yeah, these sound amazing with the headphone jack on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The next thing is that the 120Hz refresh rate is great in daily day-to-day usage, scrolling through the UI and stuff. But it does have occasional frame drops here and there. For example, in the Twitter app, sometimes there is a lot of frame drops. But the overall usage is particularly great, I would say. Now, this phone comes with MIUI 12.5 and Android 11. So when I unboxed it, so it had MIUI 12.0.1. Then 2 updates came in, which got it to MIUI 12.5. And honestly, MIUI 12.5 looks great. The volume panel has changed, and yeah, the overall look is kind of similar, but yeah, it looks great. The animations are really smooth. It doesn't have any ads. There were some pre-installed apps though, a lot of them, and some of them you can't even uninstall. That is a bummer, because I have the 64GB variant of this phone, and just by installing apps I have filled more than 50% of the storage. So you have to keep that in mind. Although it has a microSD card slot where you can add up to 512 gigs of microSD cards, I believe. So that is a plus point. But yeah, you have to make sure to get the higher storage variant. So I would recommend you to get the 128GB variant, which comes for 17,000 rupees. Yeah, that would be the ideal one. Alright, yeah, so MIUI 12.5 is great. Now the next point is that there is like some issues with the proximity sensor while like taking calls. The screen just randomly turns on and things get pressed while I'm taking a call. The earpiece though is pretty loud and the call is pretty clear both like from the other side, and the mics are also really good, so the person on the other side hasn't complained anything about the mics. So that part is good, only the proximity sensor is not very accurate. Now, when we talk about the battery life, so this phone comes with a 5020 mAh battery, and battery life for me honestly has been great. I've turned on always on display. By the way, yes, this has always on display, but it is not actually always on. So you can tap the lock screen and the display, always on display, will come up for 10 seconds and it will go away. So it's technically not an always on display, yeah, but it is there and it is highly customizable. Yeah, so with the always on display turned on, with 120 Hz turned on, with everything at like max settings, you can get like an entire day of battery life with about 8 hours of screen on time easily. And if you're a light user, you can even get 1.5 days with it. So battery life is pretty amazing, don't have to worry about it. And it also comes with a 33 watt fast charger bundle in the box, which takes about 1 hour 20 minutes to get it from like 2% to 100%, which is a great thing. Now there is a side mounted fingerprint sensor in the device, which is very fast, and yeah, it is very accurate, but it is a convenience and an annoyance at the same time. Like sometimes you just want to look at the lock screen, but you like just turn on the display, like go into the home, unlock the device. Yeah, you can understand what I'm trying to say. And yeah, this also has an IR blaster, which is a great addition, so you can control like different appliances in your home with the Mi Report app, which is very convenient. Also, Xiaomi claims to have like a Z-axis vibration motor in this particular smartphone, and yeah, the haptic feedback is quite good. It's not like flagship level, it still like rattles a bit, but yeah, the haptic feedback is good. It gives you feedback wherever it is needed. So yeah, it's much better than previous versions. Alright, now let's talk about them cameras. So we have basically 3 cameras at the back. One is a 64 megapixel primary sensor, then we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 5 megapixel tele macro camera, and yeah, there's a depth sensor as well. And at the front we have a 16 megapixel camera. So the back cameras are really good, to be honest. The main sensor is exceptional, and the 8 megapixel ultra wide is a little soft, but yeah, it is also pretty good. I'm really surprised with the like tele macro camera, the 5 megapixel tele macro camera. It clicks amazing pictures if you give it like a lot of light and if you can just nail the focus right. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of macro photography. I tried a few shots and it turned out to be great. It's certainly better than the other 2 megapixel crap cameras that other companies are giving. So yeah, all 3 cameras are really good, and the front camera is also pretty nice, so it like gives you a little beautification and all even after turning everything off. But yeah, overall the image comes out really good looking. Okay, the only thing which I don't like about like Xiaomi's camera is the processing. So the images that are coming out after the processing is done are very contrasty. There is a contrasty burning look in the images, which I don't really like. Apart from that, the overall cameras are great. You can look at some samples, I'll put them on the screen. And yeah, that's about it for this particular video. So yeah, this is my experience, which I like found out after using the Redmi Note 10 Pro for a week. So I'm using this for as my main device. So I'll use it for about a month, and I'll bring out the full review to you after that. And in between, I'll also put out the like maybe the camera review and the what should I say, the Gcam and all that stuff in between. So if you like this video, then don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel to stay notified about my new uploads. Hit that notification bell for the same. And yeah, that's about it for this video, I guess. I'm your friend Shinobi, and I'm signing out. Peace.